to Midwest FurFest opening ceremonies. Before we get started, let's tune in to learn more about the heist that's about to go down.
Do y'all know why we were called here?
Something about a heist. Oh, I love when a good plan comes together.
I heard there'd be punch and pack.
Who's in charge of this anyway?
I think I can shed some light on this little shindig. I'll be leading up this job. You can call me Rosemont, but others may know me as the MFF Raccoon. I've been commissioned to procure a statue. It's called the Regard d'Ordure, the gaze of trash. It's said to bring prosperity and absurd growth in the number of attendees. This thing is going to bring in more trash than we've ever dreamed of. Now, I can't do this alone. I'm going to need to bring in a whole crew to pull this off. Marauders are muscle, but don't let his size fool you. He's got a light touch for safes, but a heavy punch when we need it. He's probably casing the joint in the upper fishbowl as we speak. Next up, Virginia. A tech-savvy spy, always hacking, sneaking, and dodging security. I'm sure you can find her hanging around here somewhere. Oscar, our master of disguise. He may not be a raccoon, but with his getup, he can play any role. Or any game. I imagine he's hanging out down in the gaming area. And of course, the Syndicate. Who doesn't love those lovable rascals? They've got anything you could dream of buying and quite the bankrolls anyone's selling. They'll probably be over in the convention center. You've probably seen them around. They love getting into trouble. I would highly suggest you invite them to your room party. Oh, and one more thing. Even though we're master criminals, did you know that we have quite the fan following? There's a set of collectible cards out there with our beautiful faces on them, right for the taking. Check your badge info card and you'll find out where you can pick them up. I feel like everything's in place. We've got a diversion plan, we've got most of a team put together, but I feel like we're missing someone. Better yet, someone's. Oh, that's right. We can't have a heist without you. Are you ready to join the team? Do me a little favor, and when I ask, are you in? Reply back, I'm in. So the whole city knows what they're up against. Now tell me, Midwest FurFest, are you in? I knew you had it in you. Now, let's get this show on the road. The Great Midwest FurFest Heist is a go!
I hear it works better that way. Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Oh, come on. I realize it's the morning, but you can do better. How's everyone doing? Thank you. Glad to hear it. Good morning and welcome to Midwest FurFest 2024. Thank you all for joining us. This is going to be an incredible year. We're very excited to kick things off here. I have a big question, always. Who is here for the very first time? And who is here, this is your very first furry convention? Awesome. Also, welcome back all of our returning attendees. Thank you. I'd like to introduce the folks here on stage with me. These are my vice chairs. We have Hino, Rama, Theon, and Tango. Also would like to thank our leads, Null and Four. We'll be hearing more from them later. And of course, we could not make this event happen without the mountain of people that we have, pushing over 500 staff for Midwest FurFest. So thank all of them as well. We want to especially recognize some of our staffers who have gone above and beyond. Every year, we have a staff service award that we give to people who have just really gone just above and beyond, as I said, but also are just making the convention a better place and a better organization. And for that, we want to send word out to, from programming, BC Breakaway. From First Aid, Charlie. From Logistics, Cyan. From Hospitality, Sargash. And finally, from Theming and Publications, Tactu. All right, so we have a mountain of people here, a whole ton of people helping us. However, we can always use more help. And if you are interested in volunteering, we can take your time, take your help this weekend. All you have to do is go to the Dulles room over in the Fishbowl, the conference center on the lobby level, and they will sign you up and you can be a gopher for Midwest FurFest. You can sign up for specific times or just come by when you are free and want to help. In addition, you get increasingly cool swag the more hours that you work. After 12 hours of working, you can receive a complimentary badge to Midwest FurFest 2025. So again, sign up in Dulles in the Hyatt Regency O'Hare on the lobby level. And I am going to pass things now over to our VIP Services Director, Jimo.
Thank you, disembodied voice.
I hadn't turned that mic on yet. That's why I was going the other way.
Hello.
Excellent. Hi, everybody. My name is Jimo, and I'm the Director of VIP Services. It's my pleasure to introduce you all to our 2024 Guests of Honor, a digital artist and nature lover from the northern coast of Spain. She found the fandom through her interest in animation and animals. This is her first overseas convention. Give her a warm welcome, Nordiva. An illustrator from Ohio, currently living in Pennsylvania. He has a wide-ranging portfolio featuring elements of fantasy and nature. In the last 10 years, he's exhibited at over 100 events and conventions. Please give a round of applause for Blind Coyote. And last but not least, we have a group comprised of 3 award-winning classical musicians. Second-generation Cuban from Miami, now living in Boston, who plays violin and theremin, as well as a writer, composer, and opera critic. Please welcome Herr Wozek. Second in the trio, she began playing cello at the age of 3 and grew to earn her bachelor's degree from Drake University and a master's from Roosevelt Chicago College. She's been a member of symphony orchestras in Des Moines, Peoria, and Cedar Falls. She currently runs a community publication in Naperville. Warm greetings to Rory, the Cello Rex. A violinist and composer who lives in the forests of New Hampshire. They have a bachelor's in music and violin performance and over 25 years of experience on stage. An expert in the research and performance of rare classical music and the works of obscure composers. We welcome Shoschakovich. Together, they make Trio Menagerie. You can meet the guests of honor this year at our meet and greet at noon in the LAX meeting room immediately after opening ceremonies. In addition to the meet and greet, we'd like you to invite you to their other panels this weekend. Nordiva will be hosting 2 panels, one on how to be a freelancer and another on drawing expressions. Trio Menagerie has 3 concerts, one for nerdy music for nerds at 7 tonight, a classical parlor at 6:30 p.m. Saturday, and a solo recital at 11 a.m. Sunday. Blind Coyote will also be hosting a panel at 6:30 tonight on growing and scaling your business as an artist. In addition, Nordiva will be in the dealer's den at the charity table offering live drawings for $20. That will be taking place Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. More information is available on the schedule app. Our VIP events is every year. We will have our shiny sponsor receptions tonight. The first session, the Diversion Team A, will take place from 4 to 5 p.m. in Ventanas. The second, Extraction Team B, will be 5:30 to 6:30. The receptions are hosted in the rotating restaurant on the roof of the hotel. Our sponsor brunch will be held in this room on Saturday, 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. If you're a sponsor or shiny sponsor, please make sure to bring your ticket and join us for breakfast tomorrow. On behalf of VIP Services, I'd like to thank all of our volunteers, staff, attendees, sponsors, shiny sponsors, and of course, our amazing guests of honor. Thank you. Let's all have a great weekend.
Thank you very much, Gino. So as you might be aware, charities are an extremely important part for Midwest FurFest. We are a 501c3 charitable organization, and a big part of our charter is to support charities for people and animals. And every year, we go through a large pool of charities, evaluating them and determining who would be the best recipient. This year, we are actually pleased to return to one of our favorite charities of the past years, Street Dog Coalition. I'd like to invite Mirko, our charity director, in to tell us a little bit more about them.
Hi, Con. How you doing? Are you ready? You better be ready because it's too late to prepare. You're here now. Yes, we have our Street Dog Coalition back for a second year. If you were here with us 2 years ago, you remember that they do a wonderful amount of things for people who are most in need and people who are most in need of animal companionship. And here to tell us about it is Trina B. Wexler, the director. How are you doing this morning, this afternoon, today?
Never been better. Never.
All right, tell us a little about what Street Dog Coalition does, and yeah, don't worry about the humans on stage. We've got Tugs, and they'll tell you a little about Tugs.
Thank you, Mirko. Hi, Midwest FurFest. God, you guys made me cry on stage in 2022, and I'm going to cry today. Opening ceremony. God. This is a family affair, Street Dog Coalition. I'm so honored to be here. I'm so just like incredibly moved to be in the presence of all of you and everybody on this stage, including my family. I have my brothers here today, my sister-in-law. I have Sophia, who's our community engagement coordinator. She came with her mom all the way from the West Coast. And I have a team lead back here from Florida, Nan. She came with her family. Friend, husband, who's also a furry. His first FurFest was this summer in Florida, Megafox, and he's back. It's a family affair, and truly what we do, we provide free veterinary care to people experiencing or at risk of homelessness, people that depend on that human-animal bond, often as a lifeline, right? Like, it can be so harsh out there, so harsh and unfair. And that bond is everything. And we know that. We have pets of our own. One of them is Tugs up here on stage with us. And we want you to come visit us in the Dealer's Den and say hello to Tugs. We're also hoping to have another pet here today, Missy. And Missy has received services from the Street Dog Coalition in Chicago. And she will be here with her companion, Matt, who's doing really well. And because the Street Dog Coalition is now housed and employed, and he just wants to share his story with you. So if you're around and you can meet Matt and Missy, please do. If they're not here when you stop by, we would be so happy to tell you about Street Dog Coalition and all that we do. And it's not just in Chicago, it's across the United States, but especially the Midwest. So you guys are helping us support teams in the Midwest, which is huge. So come visit us, tell us where you're from. We would love to connect with you, love to tell you if we have a team near you. And also just love our community engagement coordinator, Sophia, to say a few words about our core values, because that's what this is all about too. So just a few more seconds, Sophia.
Hi everyone, thank you for having us again, like Katrina said. Our core values here at the Street Dog Coalition are compassionate activism, unbridled collaboration, trust, and unconditional love, sorry. And we think that really embodies what you guys do here, and everyone here, I think we can relate to each other in that way. So hopefully you'll stop by and learn a little bit more about what we do. Maybe we have a team near you. If you want to volunteer, you know, come on by and talk to us. Thank you. Oh, and we have really cool news. We are gonna have personas made by Sour Citrus Suits. They're currently in the making, so come on by and help us vote for some names. We'll have some pictures of them, so you can help us decide what their names are gonna be, okay? Thank you.
Anything else? Are we done?
We're done.
All right. Our headquarters is going to be in the charity table at the Dealer's Den in the Convention Center in Hall G. You all know where that is. We're going to be at the far corner near the adult area. But come by, see all the swag that they have, see the dogs, and of course be generous. I don't have to tell you about that because you guys are generous every year and you're going to prove it again, I hope. Terrific. We will have silent auction items available at the charity table through the close of the Dealer's Den tomorrow night. So come on in today, tomorrow, look at the stuff and bid on it. Bid often, bid early or bid late. Snipe on your neighbors. At the end of Saturday, we'll give those away, and then we'll have our live auction on Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. New location this year for the live auction. It's going to be in the Convention Center in room 47. So find your way to through the maze, and the piece of cheese will be at the end at the live auction. We have some programming as well. As usual, we have our dance workshop that's going to be taking place this weekend. You can sign up and donate to take place in the dance workshop for Fursuit Dancing. It's a wonderful opportunity, so come on by and sign up for that. Other panels throughout the weekend will be collecting for Street Dog Coalition as well, so be generous with them. And as Gimo mentioned before, our guest of honor, Nordiva, is going to be doing some pencil sketches for people who donate at least $20 at our table. She'll be doing that Sunday between 10 and 1. First come, first serve. Sign up at the table starting today and get a pencil sketch. Very nice. And that's it. I hope to see you at the charity table and at the auction on Friday. Have fun and go dogs.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hand things over to my Vice Chair, Theon.
Howdy, y'all. Howdy. So, I assume you all are here not just because part of the community, but you are here to take part in all the experiences we have here at the convention. Who here likes to go to things like, I don't know, the dances? Yeah! All right, I got someone who really loves them over here. How about any of the performances that happen here? We have a ton of programming here at the convention this year. You know, we have members of our community who either want to entertain or educate, and there's a massive schedule of what has been put together by our amazing programming team. If you want to see the latest and greatest of what is on our convention schedule, you can look on the back of your badge where we have a QR code that takes you to our Sched page that shows you the latest and greatest of what is being offered for our convention. Now, just to give you some quick highlights, we did mention we have dances. So every night here in the Grand Ballroom, we have some of our fandom's great DJs putting on great sets for everyone to enjoy. Hi. To share some of our other performances that we have here at our convention here happening this year, we have the Furry Variety Show that will be happening on second stage in the Rosemont Ballroom at 7 p.m. on Friday, today. Tomorrow, if you want to see a member of our HR team be trapped in an improvised musical, that is happening at 10 a.m. on second stage. If you would like to see a theater performance group attempt to perform 30 plays in 60 minutes, then you'll want to see the Neo Futures perform The Infinite Wrench here in Grand Ballroom at 3 p.m. on Saturday. I hear Floor Wars is pretty popular. So Floor Wars is happening here in Grand on Saturday at 6 p.m. And who likes watching furries dance? Me! How about watching furries dance on stage? How about explicitly for your entertainment? That's what we like to hear. So we have the fursuit dance competition happening on Sunday at 1 p.m. here in Grand. Now that's not all the types of entertainment we have. You know, we also have a massive gaming department. If you go down into the lower level here at the High Reach O'Hare, we have a massive gaming setup, be it board games, tabletop RPGs. We have a full-on arcade that is here available for you to play in. There's an escape room brought to us by our friends at Furry Logic. And we also have VR gaming that you can partake in too. So keep in mind, if you are feeling bored with the options that you have, you can go play with friends or, well, I'm not gonna continue that thought. Now, who likes fursuiting? Honestly, I was expecting more out of that one. Now,
We're up too late last night.
we want you all to, if you are going to be being maybe your inner animals on the outer selves, we want you to do it safe and enjoy yourself. So please keep in mind, we have fursuit lounges for when you need to cool down and take a break. We have that we have it here United in the High Reach O'Hare, as well as in the North Ballroom over in the Convention Center. Now again, please remember to be safe. With that said, if you want to be a little less safe, we do have the fursuit games. If you want to watch furry critters potentially cause havoc and chaos amongst each other, we do have the fursuit games. We have one on Friday happening at 5 p.m., so today, and a second one happening on Sunday at 1 p.m. Both of these are going to be happening in the Convention Center on the second floor, room 49. Don't worry, that room is a much bigger of a space than it sounds like. Now, I know I'm talking about things like gaming and programming, but one thing that's also really important is we want everyone who's attending this convention to feel like they're included and to feel like they have the opportunity to enjoy this event as best as they can. So I'd like to take a moment to talk about our accessibility services team and the work that they're doing. So some things we would like to encourage everyone to please be mindful about is please be nice and respectful for everyone. And how might that look for people who might need to benefit from our services that we have? First is for those who are using mobility devices, please be mindful of those using them. Try your best to be aware of the spaces around you and pay attention, especially if you're a fursuiter or a handler of said fursuiter. Consent is extremely important, so do not touch anyone's mobility equipment without asking on their behalf asking them first, and ask before you try to help someone. You don't know if someone has things covered and they might not want your help, so always ask first. And also, we know we have a lot of awesome dogs and animals that are working here at this convention. These service animals are on their jobs working, so please don't distract them. Now, to also ensure that we can make people feel included at the convention, we have our awesome ASL team, our American Sign Language team, brought to us by the Interpreter team. So let's hear it for them. We'd like to give a shout out to Paige, Pavla, Delina, Olivia, Gina, and Brennan, who make up this team here at our convention. Now, if you do need ASL or signed interpretive services, we do have a QR code in the Accessibility Services office here in Lambert, here in the High Reach O'Hare, to reach them for assistance. Now we also have live captioning happening here for opening and our closing ceremonies being offered by the Chicago Hearing Society. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for offering that for us. I know it was funny. We, up here, are fully without knowledge. Now, there are other services that Accessibility Services offer, and there is more information available on the FurFest website for Accessibility Services, where you can now find a frequently asked questions page. Now, new for this year, you can also pick up both your badge and your accessibility wristband concurrently in registration up until Saturday. If you're in this room, you probably already got registered, so if you need your accessibility badge, you can still get that. 1 second. If you already have your badge and would like your wristband, if you haven't had a chance, you can also stop by the office in Lambert. Now, we also have color communication badges. We recognize that sometimes you might not feel comfortable saying to folks, hey, I'm not ready to make new friends yet. Maybe wait to talk to me. We have the communication badges, the way to give people that opportunity to communicate that. And so you can get a set of those if you'd like in the Accessibility Services office. Now we also have 2 quiet rooms available this year to give you an opportunity to rest and recharge. If you need an opportunity where you feel overstimulated, you need a rest, or you just need some peace, we have one of these here in the Hyatt, which is moved to Sky Harbor next to the Accessibility Services office, and a room in the convention center in the same location on the 2nd floor down the hall from the dealer's den. Now, we know that we have our shuttle services this year, and we want to say we really want folks to be able to take advantage of that, including our folks who might have mobility needs. So our blue and red lines have 2 wheelchair accessible buses, and will be clearly marked on our tracker for that. Now, if you have any urgent accessibility needs, please come to Lambert or find one of the Accessibility Services staff members. Look for the critters in green vests. They're really pretty and love to be helpful. And with that, we want to say thank you and take care of yourselves. Now, I know you are all probably really sick and tired of hearing me talk, so I'm going to turn things over to Null to tell you about all the great things that you can buy at this event.
All the stuff.
Capitalism, let's go, dude.
Hello everyone, I am Null. I'm the team lead over the vending spaces here at Midwest FurFest, and I apologize I wasn't informed of the dress code, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. The first thing everyone's gonna notice this year is the art show and artist alley have moved from previous years. The art show is now off to the left of registration, down on the first floor of the convention center. It's behind the big fountains with the entrances on the far side. So, if you want to bid on some art and check out some of the best talent the fandom has to offer in there, please sign up for a bidder number and go whole hog. The other thing you want to know is that the Artist Alley and the Artist Marketplace has moved as well to the right of registration in Hall B. This space is also expanded, so please go in there and see some of the best up-and-coming fit talent that we have in the fandom. You'll also notice that the dealer's den is also bigger this year. We continue to cram every square inch of awesome into that room as humanly possible. But because of that, and because there are so many of you wonderful furries out there, we're gonna have to implement a timed entry system on Friday. So if you are a sponsor or a shiny sponsor, you guys get front of the line right at 1 p.m. However, if you are not, do we have any more of those things still at registration?
They are not at registration. They can currently be picked up at the main entrance to the dealer's den until 30 minutes before dealers open, so 12:30.
So you can always upgrade your badge as well. Otherwise, you're going to want to get a timed entry ticket. Those entry tickets will have what time you are able to enter the line for the dealer's den. Otherwise, free entry starts at 5 p.m. 1 p.m. is when all 3 spaces open up. So I know you've been saving all year for this moment. So what I need you all to do is as much of your money into the hands of your favorite artists and vendors as humanly possible, or our crack team of heist-enabled raccoons will do it for you. So act fast to obtain all the best furry merch that your friends will be jealous of and your coworkers are going to look at you weird for. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you across the way.
Thank you very much, Noel. I'm going to turn things now over to my Vice Chair, Rama.
Hi, everyone. Wow, there's a lot of you. Our crack registration team was working really hard and still are working very hard to get as many of you in here as we can. As of right around now, we have checked in about 11,000 attendees this year. Yesterday evening, there were multiple hours where they got through over 1,500 of you. They peaked at nearly 1,900 registration checks in last hour, so please give it up to the registration team, although they're still working very hard. Next, I want to go into public relations and theming, and my department director here already is in front, I see. We would like to thank all the artists in the pubs team that have helped build our heist world. You'll find artwork from our guest of honor, Blind Coyote, and Nordiva, our staff artists, and many other artists that worked with this year. Check out this massive team that made this thing happen, made everything happen this year. And hopefully there should be a graphic that appears up with a lot of names on it. Good, because I don't have a monitor here. Are you looking to be the star of the heist? Come visit the photo shoot. We have many staff photographers, professional grade equipment, and props to put you in the middle of the getaway. The photography group will be available Friday, Saturday, and Sunday up in the Hyatt, Liberty Room in the Hyatt second floor, right? Lobby level, thank you. In later evenings, they even have an AD photo shoot starting at 9 p.m. Check out Sked for their updated times. And finally, about the con store, we want to take a little bit more of this theme home, maybe have your own little heist. T-shirts and polos, along with a few other items, are available at the con store in the dealer's room, right as you enter. We want to thank Raf and the artwork team for powering our con store again this year. If you are unable to get to the con store, a few days after the convention, T-shirts and polos will be available for purchase online after the event until the end of the year. Please watch our social media for announcements. And with that, I'm going to pass it off to Tango to speak about his departments.
Hi, I'm Tango. I have an interesting collection of departments to work with, and the one that has already stood out, probably not as much to you all, but to the rest of the staff, is our logistics team, who gets all of our equipment, the vests, etc. here so that the rest of us can do stuff. They have been going non-stop since Tuesday. They finally get to relax so they can start going crazy again Sunday night. Many of you have, thank you. Many of you have already interacted with our crowd control team in the light blue vests. They are there to help you get into the elevators and keep the elevators moving unless the elevators decide to stop themselves. That's a different problem. You may see our info desk team immediately out here and to the left, as well as up in the convention center. You've already met our VIP services team, who work not only with our guests of honor, but also with our sponsor and shiny sponsors. And certainly not least, you've heard mention of our volunteers team, who there's not enough staff and we always need more help. And my phone decided to turn off in the middle of my script. I want to mention in general, beyond my role, you're going to see staff members in vests. Not all departments have vests, but generally, if you see someone in a vest, they are staff, or if it's a tan vest, they are a gopher. But the ones that probably stand out to you the most, our crowd control team is in the light blue, almost Smurf blue, if those of you are old enough to remember Smurfs. If you see the bright yellow vest, this is our safety team. And our white vests are our first aid team. Speaking of crowd control, they are currently wrangling our elevators. They will wrangle lines. If you see them wrangling a line for a major event, such as those here in this ballroom, we do have separate lines for sponsors, shiny sponsors, attendees, and for those of you with accessibility requirements, maybe you can't stand for an extended period of time, talk to someone in a blue vest. There will be special arrangements for you. Please do not jump up and down in the elevators or on the escalators. Just ride them gently. And if you happen to be in the nice transparent elevators here in the center of the Hyatt, there are buttons on both sides. The most common ringing noise you hear in the lobby is not "this elevator is overloaded," it is "I'm trying to get out of the way and I have leaned against the alarm buzzer." Our volunteer staff is absolutely looking forward to having you come help the con. You can find them in the Dulles room on the lobby level over in the conference center here in the Hyatt. If you are a volunteer from last year, we had some delays on getting you one of your awards. So if you did not pick up your Ushanka, your fuzzy hat, they are available. If you were a panelist last year who did not get your panelist pin, they are also at the volunteers desk in the Dulles room. Speaking of panelists, if you are running panels here at the convention, those count as volunteer hours. For more details on how that works, please see the volunteers team before you run any of your panels. And of course, we do have all those awards for helping us this year, anything from a participation pin to the Iron Gopher pin to, yes, a badge for next year. Hino is going to talk more about some of the people that just help keep the con going.
So have things gone missing that you didn't intend? Maybe the raccoons got to it, maybe your mask, your zip line, your duffel bag. We might have already found it. If you've lost something, please check out the Lost and Found in Operations, lobby level in Ronald Reagan, where they're open from 8 a.m. to 12, midnight. While Operations can answer general convention questions, we also have 2 info desks, as mentioned. One the Hyatt near the main ballroom, and one in the convention center in the hallway between programming, art show, and between the programming rooms. The general convention questions obviously go for the info desk, but if you need specific assistance from a member of staff or a department, please go to Operations. This year we've got a much larger facilities team, and largely because we have to deal with so many hotels. This year we're partnered with the Aloft O'Hare, Comfort Inn, Comfort Suites, Courtyard, the Crown Plaza O'Hare, Hilton Garden Inn, Holiday Inn, Hyatt Place, Marriott Suites, and Staybridge Suites. The Hyatt Regency O'Hare is delighted to host us for the 14th year. And as mentioned before, we have, for those partner hotels that are not connected via the Sky Bridge, we have a pretty extensive shuttle service. Please check our website for more information on that, the access to tracking. We have obviously the accessible buses this year. And we even have stops at some of the major restaurants, even at Target. On the convention center side, as in previous years, the Dealer's Den is in Hall G. However, Art Show, Artist Alley, and the Marketplace have all moved to the first floor. On the second floor, we have expanded our offerings of programming rooms. Be sure to follow all of the signs and maps provided to get where you need to go. Don't forget there's a full-service Starbucks on the first floor of the convention center to help with your daily caffeination needs. We also have a bunch of food options, including tacos and poke bowls. Getting to the convention center is easy. Of course, there's the Sky Bridge from the Hyatt to the convention center. Make sure to keep the traffic moving as you sneak between places. You can also walk across Bryn Mawr Avenue to the front entrance of the convention center. If you're staying at one of our partner hotels or checking out some of the local food, our friends at the Rosemont Police Department will be assisting pedestrians crossing River Road in front of the convention center all weekend long. This year, we're also arranged for locker service again at street level here in the Hyatt. Please make use of it, especially during the dances, as there are bag limitations. One last thing, did you see the awesome art on your hotel key cards this year? So obviously there's different keys, different designs at each of our partner hotels. A full set will be available in our charity auction. That may be your only opportunity to get a full set. So we should get that. Thanks, and we hope you have a terrific weekend. I'm going to pass it back to Duncan.
All right, thank you very much, Eno. I had a couple words to share from our folks in public safety here in safety and first aid departments. The first and one, it's a phrase that you know, but it is important. If you see something, say something to staff. We're all here to have fun. As part of that, everyone who registers agrees to follow our code of conduct. This code of conduct makes sure that we can all have a fun and safe experience together. If you encounter anything that goes against those rules, please let a member of our staff know. And how might you know? Well, you can find a phone number for safety and first aid on the back of your badge. You can also identify members of security by their yellow by their yellow vest, and you can find any member of staff and they can help you. You can always visit our safety department located in LaGuardia, in the fishbowl in the lobby level of the convention center. And also our first aid office, which is in JFK, right next door to that. Some important messages. Illinois' medical amnesty law provides freedom from prosecution for underage drinking when a person under 21 calls for medical assistance arising from the consumption of alcohol. If you're worried about getting told on, if getting into trouble, don't worry about it. We want everybody to be safe. That's the priority. So keep that in mind. We're also very happy to welcome the AIDS Healthcare Foundation this year to provide free and confidential HIV and STI testing. They've expanded 2 locations. There's one on the 2nd floor of the convention center, and in the Hyatt in the director's room, which is in the hallway on the way to the Premier Tower. You can find all the details on those on Skid. And with that, that is all that we have to share with you this morning. I hope that you have a wonderful Midwest FurFest. Have a great time. Thank you.
You ever want to get some?